In today's video, I'm going to be going over my pros and cons on the new Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G right here in the house. And I've been using this device for over a week now, and I have my pros and cons finally set on this device. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all of the things I like about this device and all of the things that I don't like about this device. Now, of course, we're going to start off with the good stuff like always, and we're going to go ahead and start off with the pros. First and foremost, I think this is the biggest pro about this device, and I think Samsung's been doing a very, very good job with their mid-range and budget phones for a long while, honestly, especially for the price tag. These devices are going to be releasing in America at $199. I'm almost 100% sure of it. Obviously, they're not released in the US, so this is the international version. But I'd have to say the first pro is the high quality display on this, especially for that price tag. We're getting a Super AMOLED display right here. It's going to be a 90 Hz refresh rate, and this is actually a little bit bigger than last year's Galaxy A15. That was 6.5 inches, and this is 6.7 inches for the display size. So very, very nice big display right here. Beautiful colors on this display for the price tag. Great saturation, great contrast, and of course that punchiness that you can only see on Samsung when it comes to these budget devices. So my first pro is big, beautiful display on this. My second pro is going to be that we actually have micro SD card support on this device. I believe up to a terabyte. This is something that we don't see anymore on phones, especially like flagship and mid-range devices, more expensive devices. We do not have micro SD card support on pretty much 90% of the phones out right now, especially for the people in the United States. Ever since they banned a bunch of companies like Huawei, ZTE, we do not see any micro SD card support on those higher end devices. So it's really nice to see that in 2024, we can still expand our memory via micro SD card on the Galaxy A16 5G. Now we do have 128 gigabytes of internal storage out of the gate, which is honestly pretty decent, but it's even better that we can store videos and photos and certain files like that on a separate micro SD card. So huge pro for this device. Now our third pro is going to be the software support on this device. Obviously we have Android 14.0 on this device, and we actually have a UI 6.1 for Samsung on this device as well. So we have some decent software in here, some pretty current software. I know Android 15 released, but this device is going to have 6 years of operating system updates, which is beautiful to see. Not that a lot of people are going to hold on to this phone for a whole 6 years, but it's really nice to see that we have those secured updates on this device. I don't know how well it's going to be running for the next few years since this processor isn't the most powerful, but it's really nice to see that we have that support there nonetheless. Our next pro is going to be that we have a very strong battery on this device. I would say you can get about 10 to 12 hours of battery life on this phone, and for a lot of flagship devices, I cannot say the same. So it's great that we have a decent battery life on this device, especially for $200. Great to see it. Love the battery life. For most people, if you guys are moderate to light users, you should be able to get a couple days out of this without even needing to charge it. And the great thing about this device, which we'll talk about in a second, is you can get a lot of power very quickly. And that brings us into our next pro. We actually have a 25 watt charging rate on this device, so you can get about 60% battery life on this from 0 in about 30 minutes. So very awesome to see that on here. Even devices that are 3 times the price, like the Galaxy S24 FE, that has 25 watt charging. So great to see that on a $200 phone. If you guys are needing to charge up your phone really quick, you guys need to, hit the road or something like that, you can get a pretty decent battery life just off of a 30-minute charge. So that's always a beautiful thing to see on a device. And the last pro on this device, there are a few other pros. I don't want to make this video too long, but the last pro about this device has to be the camera on this device. I'm going to put some photos on screen right here because I'm going to be doing my photo review soon on this device, or camera review. We get some really decent quality photos on here, and even the video is pretty good as well. I know it's capped out at 1080p 30 frames per second, But so far, I've really been liking this camera. And for the price tag, this is such a solid camera system. I feel like the majority of people out there would have a very, very decent time with this. And it's not really going to pose a ton of issues unless you're trying to take photos in like pitch black darkness or something like that. So this device obviously isn't going to perform the greatest in those type of environments, but the camera that we have on here is pretty decent for the price tag. I definitely don't feel like this is a subpar camera just because of this price tag, man. So far, great camera on this device for the price tag. So those are all of the pros on the Galaxy A16 5G that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. We do have a couple of cons. However, it is really hard to bring up the cons on a device since this device is such an affordable handset. So first one's going to be, of course, the biggest one. Everybody's been talking about it. The Galaxy A16 5G is the first in the A series teen line to not give you guys a headphone jack, as you guys can see. So we're not going to have a headphone jack on this device. So for all of the people out there that like to use triple driver headphones, quad driver headphones, you know, your Sennheisers, your Audio Technicas, you guys are not going to be able to plug that in without an adapter. So it's just, you know, one more step to go ahead and use this device with wired earbuds. Kind of sucks. It's kind of feels like they're really forcing you into buying wireless earbuds now. And it seems like this is the year that it's going to start this out with, because they've never done this on budget phones before, especially with this type of budget phone, the most popular budget phone in the world. So kind of sad to see that go in the graveyard. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. I know that's a very, very controversial thing. So I'd like to hear your opinion on it. And the last con on this device would have to be that we don't have stereo speakers on the Galaxy A16. I was really, really hoping to see the Galaxy A16 inherit some stereo speakers on this device. That's definitely something that I think the most important thing is the processor, of course. We want to get a better experience, want to have a more powerful processor when it comes to like video games, and, you know, have much more lag and glitches that we see on budget-friendly phones. But the second biggest thing I think people want to see is some good audio on this. And for the speakers on this device, we have a mono speaker. We have one speaker at the bottom of this device, and it really is not that good. It definitely has some tin to it. It's not crazy loud. We don't have the most amazing bass in the world. I feel like this speaker is kind of subpar, and I would hope that next year when Samsung releases the Galaxy A17 or whatever they're going to call the line after this, that they put in some stereo speakers in this device. It would make it a force to be reckoned with, honestly. I feel like if you guys release a phone with stereo speakers on it and pretty much everything else that you have inside this device with a little bit of, you know, tweaks and stuff like that that you fix, this would be a full package right here for the $200 price tag, and I don't think anyone else would be able to match it. But yeah, no stereo speakers on this device. That was the final con that I wanted to talk about, and that's kind of a big deal for a lot of people, for sure. So those were my pros and cons on the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. Again, let me know in the comment section down below your pros and cons. Do you guys have some pros on here that I didn't mention, or some cons that I didn't mention either? Let me know in the comment section down below. But hopefully this video helped you out. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a like. Also, if you guys would like to see more videos just like this one, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.